My name is V.K. Holzendorf. I live in Shadyside. This is my third time to be here to speak with you. Yes, we are concerned about the cell tower. Yes, we are concerned about the health of our children, but I'm here to tell you I'm concerned about my ability to participate. And when I went to the Parent Teachers Association, because I was pointed out in amongst a group of parents and grandparents as not acceptable to be allowed in the school board meeting, the door was shut in our face and the police were called. You need to do something about that. The next meeting is next Thursday in Shadyside. I intend to go, and I don't want to be there and have the police called on me again because I'm a citizen, a grandparent who wants to participate. And yes, I do have an opinion about the cell tower, but I'm going to have some opinion about other things as well. And I want to participate. You've been here all morning long celebrating all the success, the great teachers, the great programs, all of those things. You talk about community support. You talk about inclusion and empathy. I want to see some action taken on what I'm requesting. And what I want to know is when I go to the school board PTO meeting at Shadyside Elementary next Thursday night, am I going to have the door shut in my face and the police called or not? And I need an answer before next Thursday. Thank you.
And it seems like the past few meetings we've had some concerns raised by members of the community that they were excluded from school grounds for reasons that, you know, were perhaps not apparent to them when they were there for legitimate public school functions. What I'm asking you all is to go back and consider for the next draft making express reference to meetings of parent-teacher organizations and parent-teacher associations, to be quite frank, so that if we get the kind of concerns that were raised earlier today, that member of the community can hold up this policy and say, hey, you're not allowed to keep me out of this meeting. Obviously, if there were PTA meetings where people were being excluded, they said, we're not going to have any black people attend this PTA meeting at a school building, I think we'd all have something to say about it. It's on school property, and our policy would never tolerate that. So, to me, people don't have to go that far and say things that are outlandish in order for them to be violating our policies. So I can't imagine that we'd be condoning any organization using school grounds and excluding people for illegitimate purposes. So
I would like to address, Eric, some of your concerns and something that was stated here to see if it fits here or if it fits in something else. It was the statement of that Shadyside meeting that basically part of our staff administrators were there and they were the ones, basically, the principal, keeping the people out. So at that moment, does it make it into this policy or does it make it into the community policy? Because the PTO is not part of us, but the principal is part of us. So basically, and at the same time, from their statement, you know, the police was called to remove them. So basically, is it part of AACPS or is it a quasi-AACPS? How do we really tell these people, you know, this is the policy that applies and that's not the other policy that applies?
I just wanted to clarify for the public that Shadyside is not a PTA. They are a PTO. PTA has the protection of your county, state, and national level. If you have issues like this, the PTO is a local formed organization, which is separate from AACPS.
Stacy, I will address that the school system has an implied relationship. They have their fingerprints all over the PTO. It is the principal that is shutting the door, participating in the discrimination. What happens when Theodore Quibble points out an African American, points out an Asian, points out a Latino? They are participating in the discrimination. The PTO is able to put inserts into the children's folder. The assistant superintendent for that region is telling Mr. Casey what can and cannot be on the PTO agenda. But I say, let's solve it now. Take some direction from your counselor, who was appalled, shocked and appalled at what he heard, that first of all, the participation wasn't happening. People, you saw the people that came here. They don't want to come and disrupt. They want to participate in their children's future. I was turned out. My grandchild was beat up in that school. I have a safety issue at that school. We're not a one-issue person. We want to participate in our children's future, and to be denied that and be assisted by the school system of discrimination, access and participation. That's all we're asking. It's not too much.
Now, everybody can say what they want to, but I'm not going to sit here and advocate when those people come back over and over again. If I were principal of a building, I would have called the police and ordered them out.